Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sri.
And we're
Double Disappointments.
Okay, Sri. So I think I always start like that. I'm like, okay, Sri. So I'm actually pretty excited for today's episode because we're talking about our own lives, which is the easiest to talk about, of course.
Autobiography.
But kind of like how we started, because obviously people may or may not know us from TikTok, right? Like that's where we kind of started our like social media presence and all that stuff. So I really today just want to talk about like how that journey's been.
Yeah.
How did you start? When did you start? Like all the little what do people say? Nooks and crannies about
Of your brain.
Of your brain. Yeah. So when did you start?
Yeah. Okay. So I posted my first TikTok probably in 2019, honestly, like before the pandemic hit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, before the panorama.
Okay.
Yeah, I was posting like silly little stuff, and it was like January came back. I was in India. When I was watching TikToks, and I'm like, I remember scrolling in TikToks while I was stuck in India in my little castle, and I was like, okay, do I want to do this when I get back? It seems really cool. Yeah. Came back, the panorama hit, and I was like, oh my God, this is an opportunity. Yeah. Like there's so much time. I'm just going to start doing TikToks. Yeah. And at the time I was like seeing people on my For You page that were also, you know, South Asian doing some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's okay. But I want to do something that's more me. That resonates with me. That makes me laugh. And so I started looking for content and just kind of getting inspired and started posting. And so this was March 2020, bro, when I really was like, I'm doing this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, where I have the time.
Right.
I just kept consistently posting. And at first it was like a video here and there. And a video would get like 4,000 views. And I'd be like, oh my God. I'm famous.
Karan Johar, Dharma Productions.
Call me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was getting a little hyped up here and there. And then I was like, you know what? Wait a minute. I think I'm going to commit to this. And I remember that first year I told myself, okay, so you're going to make a video a day. You're making a video a day every day. And so I did that for about a year. And I think I just made, if I could make more videos a day, I would try to make 2 or 3, but I just committed myself to producing one piece of content and putting it out into the world every single day. And that year was the most monumental for me because it grew my platform. Yeah. It taught me a lot about commitment. It taught me a lot about the craft. And looking back, never scroll that far. For the sake of your mental health, never scroll that far.
I already did.
I
saw those dancing videos.
The block button ain't too far for me to reach, okay?
It was so cute that I was actually shook to see that you used to do like dancing videos.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you got that in you, baby girl. She always said Bharatanatyam, booty twerk,
oh
everything.
My God, she was high on life. Yeah, she thought she was that, and
I love that.
she did that,
and you were that,
and that's how I really got started. I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this, and then the year after, I got a little bit better, and I was like, wait. What was I thinking a year ago? Like, I know more now. Yeah. Year after, same thing.
Yeah.
And now, literally a little bit more than 3 years later, I am still, you know, profusely oversharing on TikTok.
Beautiful.
And that's where I've been at, and that's what I did.
I love that.
Yeah. What's your start story like?
I feel like mine's is super similar to that. Yeah. So actually, you were part of the reason why I started. And it's actually wild because...
Bitch, what?
And I feel like I never told you this. No. That's why I'm actually very excited that we're like talking about this.
Yeah.
So I started... I was actually in India to December 2019, January 2020. How wild is that? I was like, I know.
Thing, yeah.
And I was there and it wasn't even in my mind. I was consuming TikTok on the daily, not even in my mind. I was like, da-da-da-da-da. My mom was seeing me like always on TikTok, but she kind of like kept that to herself. She's like, this bitch kind of addicted. Okay, fine.
It's a low-key addiction.
Addiction. I go back to school, and in school, I would always like learn the TikTok dances. I'd always do like the trends with my friends, but I would not even have the guts to post that shit. I was like, okay, this is like, I just love it. Yeah. And TikTok was in such like a blooming era in like 2020. Like those trends, I low-key miss it sometimes. I'm like those like songs that would go.
The coffee.
Like all the small things. It's like, oh, what an era of TikTok.
Yeah.
But quarantine happened. Again, your bitch started just endlessly scrolling. And my mom and my sister were like, why doesn't this bitch post? Like, why doesn't she, like she sings. I feel like she has, like, a good personality. Like, she could do something here. Yeah. So I am, like, a singer, right? Like, I've, like, been, like, trained in that, that. So finally one day my mom was like, you need to start posting. My sister's like, just start posting. Just do it. Like, you're consuming it all the time. What's the worst that'll happen, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, it was like April, and I just kind of forgot what humanity was, what people look like anything. So I didn't care about the judgment anymore. That like went out the window, right? Like if I was in school, hell to the fucking no, I would never
scary
post.
as shit, right? Yeah.
But something about like not seeing anyone, I was just like, fuck it, you live once. Let me just start posting it.
Yeah.
So my first few videos were actually like singing covers. I was like, if I ain't got you, like I was doing all that shit.
I need to start scrolling tonight.
Black. And so I did that, and it was doing not great. It was like fine. I was like, oh, I was like on Sagamapa, like topic. I was doing like those baity things, like, oh, I did this, I did that. That was like started getting some views. But then I was like, let me like switch it up. So I'm kind of getting sick of singing. Like I don't really like it that much. So I know, right? I was just like, So I started doing some like fashion stuff, some Bollywood stuff. That's actually like the next era I entered, and that kind of helped me into like the sketch comedy, skits, all of that stuff. And then, like, obviously, like, the first time you hit, like, maybe 10K views or, like, this, that, I was like,
20K.
Chalina Gomez. Get ready.
For real? Yeah.
Like, I literally was, like, on top of the moon.
Yeah.
And so I was posting all of those videos, and it felt great. And then, I don't know, I just felt like I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is the kind of video I want to make. And, like, when I saw those creators first on Brown TikTok, like, you kind of were very monumental in creating like sketch comedy for South Asians in TikTok, because I remember your Kumon video was the one where I was like, this is funny, I kind of like this, like this is cool. You were very monumental, and I feel like you should give yourself a lot of kudos to that, because
thank you, dude.
Before that a lot of people were like, oh, I'm brown, oh, day in my life, like it was kind of, I forgot the kind of videos they made, but it was never like comedy stuff. I feel like that was not like it didn't have its era yet in South Asian community. At least
yeah.
I think there was just a lot of other people just doing like dancing stuff, which I still appreciated, but you entered like a new door in my eyes, and I was just like, that is really cool. So I love that. So yeah.
Dude, that's making me all emotional, bro. Yeah. Because me and Ash, like, we followed each other like secretly for a long time, you know? But we never like interacted too much.
No.
A DM here and there, but like
a comment here and there.
Yeah. It was really like 2 years later, we're like, let's be friends.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually fucking wild, because like I feel like a lot of the creators are like in like New York and LA, but it's like you, me, and like maybe like 2 or 3 others that I know in like the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
So it was like Diwali literally of like 8 months ago, no, last year, 2020 Diwali. And I was like, I really want to do a Diwali shoot. I see all these cute ass like influencer girls like doing that, and I'm like, I know we're comedy girls, but
we can pretty.
We can put on some lipstick. Like we can do that. You know what I'm saying? So literally, it was wild, because then I like was scrolling on Instagram, and I think one of your videos came up, and I was like, what if me and Shri did like a little dynamic duo, like the volley post? And that's the first time we met.
Literally.
Wild. I was so scared, bitch. I was so nervous.
I was nervous too.
I thought you'd be mean. I really did.
I thought you were going to be a neighborhood cunt.
No, that's valid. That's very valid.
Yeah.
And I was like, she got so many followers. She's doing all this comedy thing. And you know, like, I feel like I've met a genre of people where they have this really cool, open, like, personality online, but in person, they're just like, hey. Like, very cold. I was very much expecting that for you. Yeah.
I'm so glad that wasn't the case.
Me too.
I'm so glad we got along literally within 10 minutes.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And my friend, like, Siba was there,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love Shri. Like, I'm so nervous. We were both like, like, so nervous. You're like texting, you're like outside. I was like, oh my God. I'm so scared.
This is the moment. We're meeting in the flesh.
Yeah, in the flesh. And then like our like short asses bonded over like the lehengas being like double the lengths of us, and I was like, okay.
No, we're literally like little choto beans, and we're just like vibing in this corner, and it was just one of those moments that I was like, wow, I really like this person.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I feel so comfortable with them, and I feel like I can be myself and let my walls down, which like honestly as an artist is really hard. Like
100%.
Me and you are like crybabies, but like it is hard to cry with someone, you know, like, you know, let those walls down.
Right.
And so like after seeing you on the internet for so long, I was like, wait, this person's actually like really awesome too in person.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like otherwise I probably would have never met you had it not been for social media.
No, seriously.
When would I ever see my Bloomingdale bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like my B squared, you know?
Yeah.
And it's wild because like just how it all works, like there's so many ways of like connections and this and that where it's just like, damn, like this is a great friendship waiting to like bloom.
No, and it felt like really good timing because for a long time also I was very much in my shell. Like as much as I'm an extrovert, I'm an introvert. I'm a homebody. I love my home, you know? And I don't open up my circle, my arms to a lot of people. And so it really felt like, you know, divine timing to have met you and have come into my life and be like, okay, no, you know what, you can stay. You can stay. Yeah.
Welcome to the circle.
Exactly.
So obviously with the likes and the comments and the followers and the ooh la 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 la, comes the go die. Go kill yourself.
Everyone hates you.
You're a disgrace.
You're a disappointment to the brown community.
Taking our people back a century, right? Like, oh, like
that same shit. Yeah.
How was that like?
Dude. Honestly, for the longest time, ignorance is a bliss. Ignorance is such a bliss.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't scroll too much on my comments. I also made a lot of safe content at first. And by safe content, I mean like I would make brown sketch comedy, you know, based on South Asian cultures. And I'd push the needle a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
And as of recently, I've been pushing the needle a lot.
The needle's broke.
Yeah. It's just not.
And I love it. Yeah.
I just make anything that comes into my mind that I think is funny, I post it.
Yeah.
And I don't intend to be offensive. I don't intend to ridicule people, but I do call out shit in our culture.
Right.
I do call out shit within me. I do call out shit within men, and I post it.
Yeah.
And honestly, before, I don't remember the hate comments. I really don't. Every so often I get someone, I block them. You know, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And as much as I wish I could be like, yeah, 3 years ago it used to affect me and I used to cry and now I'm over it. No, the fuck, I'm not over it. No. Hate comments hurt.
They do.
Because as an empath, I feel like sometimes a hate comment is a recognition of someone else's pain.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person causing that pain. What if, in my head, it goes like, wait, what if I made something that was actually painful, that was actually hurtful, that was actually offensive, and it made someone feel less than? And that's not my goal, you know? Because someone can call me ugly. Someone will be like, I hate your nose, bitch. I hate your face, bitch. Okay, all right. I didn't ask you to eat my face up, you know?
Right.
But when someone makes a true critique about your work or something about your creative mind or the way you work, it stings.
That's when it hurts.
Yeah. Makes you feel like you're not doing the right thing. And that's not a fun feeling.
No.
Yeah.
Especially when they're accusing you of doing things that was like the exact opposite goal of yours. And it was just like, it makes you rethink.
Yeah,
for a minute.
Really does
it really
make you
does.
rethink.
Yeah.
Are you the same way? How do you deal with hate comments?
I feel like that's very like, you got to a very deep topic. And I'm really glad that you brought that up. Because I think in the beginning when I used to get hate comments, I would get affected by anything.
Yeah.
You call me ugly, you talk about my unibrow, this, that, I'd be crying, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this, that. And then my sister and my like now Jiju, like brother-in-law, like parents would have to be like, no, it's okay, don't worry about it. Like this people, you know, if you don't want to get shat on, then you just sit and do nothing.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like, that'll calm, that's fine. But then I feel like that whole thing of like people actually shitting on like the content of the quality or the quality of the content and like stuff like that and all that, I feel like that's when it started like hurting like more.
Dude,
for sure.
It stings.
And it was just like, damn. But then it's really bad, and I feel like I've talked to other creators about this, where it's like you will scroll and scroll and scroll in your comments and you'll see all the love. And you'll see one hate comment and it's as if the 1,000 love comments that you got just like went down the drain.
Everyone hates me. No, only like 3 people hate you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, why does the weight of that one hate comment equate to thousands of people appreciating and making me feel heard and like seen?
Dude. I don't know the medicine for that. I seriously don't know. Prozac, I don't know what could fix that.
Right.
Because I'm the same way. I think it's called doom scrolling, where you're purposefully scrolling to find.
Yes. And I do that. I'm like, okay, good. Red flag.
Yeah, and I see one and I'm like, there's more. And then I keep going.
Yep.
And I like read the comment and I'll see like the laughs, like, oh, this was so funny. This made me laugh. And I'll surpass it sometimes.
Right. Exactly. And I found myself like at one point, like people are like, oh yeah, that's not even like your house, or like, oh, like that's like, oh, daddy's money, or like, oh yeah, like you probably stole that content from someone else, like all these accusations. And I found myself only responding to the hate comments.
I
was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, this is so funny. Why don't I say thank you so much?
Yeah.
Like,
thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my content.
Yeah.
Why am I trying to justify myself to these other bitches?
These other bitches who don't believe in you.
Yeah.
You know? And it honestly takes maturity to realize, like, okay, they don't deserve your time. And a lot of times, these people who are taking time to comment so negatively on your videos, they are miserable.
They are miserable.
Because imagine being in such a state of mind where you feel the need to, because it's never their personal account. It's always some like meme ass account. Mm-hmm. Have one of those and go onto people's pages who are doing something with their lives and comment something horrible. Like, and like, you're not well.
Exactly. And like, if you really disagree with it, you can say it in like a respectful way and kind of challenge the ideas that I'm bringing up.
Let's have a conversation.
But don't be like, oh, go die, go this, go that. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Like, for real. And honestly, like, as you said, like these people, they have nothing better to do. And their whole reaction, their whole like desire of leaving that comment is to make us feel like shit.
100%.
That's like the motive.
And honestly, it just keeps me going. Because I'm like, oh, you don't like me? Cool. And I just find it's like, all right, this, even when I take it in a critical way, I'm like, oh, this didn't impact my community the way I intended it to. Guess what? I'm back. I'm going to keep working.
Right.
Because more work has got to be done. I'm not
100%.
perfect.
Exactly. And like, I feel like it's always a work in progress in the fact that like, I know I've made some maybe cheap jokes, maybe some not so quality mockery content, video stuff. And I have gotten duets and I have gotten some things that are like, hey, like this was not okay. Like this is not good. And you know what? I did take that time to be like, let me reflect on like why people are reacting this way, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, okay, like I acknowledged that mistake I made and like I stopped making that kind of comment. I used to like make content where like I literally ripped Priyanka Chopra to sheds. Like I would like overline my red lips. I would like make fun of like a lot of her audio content and like people got upset because they're like, she is an icon for brown people and like you're shitting on some of that. And I was like, you know what? Like you did eat with that. Like that is fact. You know, even one of the things like the duets I got, like Tesha commented and I was like, oh shit, when Tesha's telling you to sit down, like you gotta sit down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like that really, I get like that. I appreciate like the ones where they're trying to like build you up and help you. And it's the fact that like if I'm realizing that I did make a mistake, like just make it a warm space to accept my apology and let me still grow as a creator. Don't shut me down for that one video, right?
No, really?
It's like now I can't create at all because of that. Like no, like I'm gonna keep creating. I'm gonna keep making mistakes. I'm gonna keep trying to fix them. And like it's not like, oh, one and done. Like that whole cancel culture thing. Exactly. Like that's when it gets really like toxic and then people are too afraid to even speak their mind.
I understand when we cancel culture, I don't even get into it, but I understand at times when like someone's being belligerently racist, offensive, like, okay, we tell them to shut the fuck up and we take a seat down, you know? Yeah. But when someone is just being creative, trying, and especially in our craft, when we're trying to make jokes, take something that's so serious and make a lighthearted moment. Right. You think that comes easily? You think that comes naturally? Area. Yeah. It really is because some people will find it funny and some people will find it so offensive. Yes. And in that moment, you really have to weigh, okay, did I, even though I didn't intend it to be, was it actually negatively impactful? Yeah. And I'm so proud of you as an artist doing that because it really does take some maturity to be like, wait, maybe I was wrong. Yeah. And maybe I need to take a step back and I need to recalculate because that's what real art is. Always trying to get back to the craft and be like, how can I make it better? Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's so hard, like as you're saying, like that gray space, some people like it, some people hate it. When they like it, you know, it's like millions of views, right? Like so many. So it's like when that many people like it, it's hard for you to not be like, I want to just keep creating things in this font because we do get that adrenaline hit. Yeah. We do get those endorphins when we get all those likes and comments and views. It feels good. It feels good. So you want to just kind of keep creating in that like realm. Yeah. But then you have the people hating. So it's like, what do I do? No, I'm put in such a tricky situation. Yeah. It's so hard to be creative and do this new thing all the time when a lot of the times this algorithm just wants the same shit on repeat. I know. And I get sick of my own content sometimes, honestly. I don't like watching myself too much. Yeah. I'm like, I try to be very creative with that. And I know people say, oh, I'm sick of the same jokes being remixed. I'm this and that. I get what you're saying as a consumer, like, oh, we're sick of the same shit. But think about it as a creative. Sometimes I've put hours into a video that it's so creative and it's a new aspect and this and that and it flops. And then I take the same joke I've said a million times and remixed it. And again, it does well. Yeah. I'm like, I get as a consumer what your concern is, but what about my concern as a creator, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't I just kind of sometimes try to feed like whatever is doing well? Just like slack it off that day. Seriously. It's hard. It does take, like you said, it takes a toll on us because we are investing all this time and when something doesn't go well, it's a hit to your heart. It does. Yeah. And I'm like, y'all are saying you want new and creative, but when I try to do that, you're still eating up the same shit. Yeah. So it makes it hard. And I was cooking, you weren't eating. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think this kind of bleeds into our other thing, which is like our relationship with social media. How is your relationship with all of the beautiful accounts? It's so cheap. Yeah. I hate it. Cheap. It's cheap. Like, TikTok especially, dude, like, some days it's just like the first thing I do when I wake up and I'm like, ew, this is so gross, Ashley. Put that shit down. Go touch grass. Literally. Go do a namaskaram. Right. You'll be fine. Yeah. I think it's so hard not to get addicted with this. And I feel like when school starts and I have shit happening, then I get very involved with that. But when I'm just like home or like, you know, it's like those days where you're just like feeling lazy, it's easy to just scroll and 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 scroll. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think we also have to kind of back off on ourselves because like these platforms were built for addiction. And I'm the same way. Yeah. There were mornings I would get up and it's the first thing I saw. Exactly. And you don't even realize an hour or two passes and you're like, oh. And it impacts your day so much you feel like you can't do anything else with it. Yeah. And so my relationship with social media is this. I love it. I love connecting with my community. I'm so grateful for it. But why do I feel so suffocated sometimes? Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? And why do I feel like everyone's better than me? Right. oh, that's because you spent 3 hours on social media today and you didn't go outside. Yeah. So working on that.
Exactly. And it really stings when you watch videos of people going out and living their lives. Oh, I did a workout. I got this green smoothie. I did this and that. And then I feel like shit for just sitting in bed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Like half the day's already gone.
Might as well
Just ruin the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We are the same.
Fuck me. Fuck us. Right?
Fuck us. But as long as we've been doing this career, and it's been like 3 years since we've been doing TikTok, there's also been some amazing highlights.
Yeah.
So what are some of the milestones that you have gone through in this field?
I think a lot of it, one of like the first really milestone moments is like, because we created in such a weird time where we were like isolated in our houses.
Yeah.
When you know, things started opening up again and quarantine was slowing down and more in-person things were starting, being recognized in public, I was like, y'all real? Y'all humans? Like, one girl's like, oh my God, can I take a picture with you? I was like, can I take a picture with you? The fuck? Like, I was so excited. Because I genuinely forgot these were like real ass people, which sounds so dumb, I know. But like, when you just see like 10,000 or 300 this or whatever, like, imagine a room with that many people.
Oh, can't imagine
being like,
it.
haha, you funny. Ooh, I like that. I'm like,
I'll follow you. Yeah.
You know, like, that would actually be so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So it was so great. Just getting to meet like people who enjoy my like content like in real life. Yeah.
No, honestly, that's one of my biggest ones too. And even my last year of college, getting recognized on campus was like, bitch, what?
Yeah.
You watch me?
Yeah.
And that's definitely a milestone. I think another one I think there's a few. There's one when I got my first brand deal.
Yes. Oh my God. Mine was cold water and I was strutting that shit around like it was nobody's business.
Remember those water bottles? I remember that.
Yeah, I would try to make a skit and I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Super casual.
Yeah,
very
it was
natural.
So obvious. It was so freaking funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
what
my
was your
God.
first?
Mine was, I think, Dill Mill.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And
That's
so,
a great first one.
I always have a close place in my heart for them just because to be believed in by another entity, a brand, a business, it really means a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like you trust me because like you built this from the ground up. This means so much to you and you trust me to be the face of that, to create content for that,
to push your name and happily will, you know? Yeah. And I think another one is honestly making friends in this industry because like I said, I'm a bitch. I don't. I'm a bitch. Yeah. I don't let people in easily, you know? So making connections, meeting people that you're like, I love you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's a big milestone for me because it's like, okay, not only do I just like trust you as a friend, but I also trust you with your input on stuff, your outlook, your creative vision. And that to me means a lot.
100%. That's so, it's way beyond just like content creating friends.
Yeah.
I've literally called you up, texted you, voice memo you when I'm like, oh my God, I just went through this shitty ass thing. And like, I just need to talk to you about it.
Yeah. And someone who just gets it.
Right.
You know, because like, I don't blame my other friends or your other friends for not understanding the kind of like the intricacies of like being an artist and putting yourself out there. But like, you just get it. I'm like, I've been on social media too much. You're like, yeah, put your fucking phone down.
Right.
Like, I know what you're doing in your head.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just because that similarity that we have with each other.
Exactly.
That's exactly it. Like if one of my friends is talking about like the MCAT, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm like, I don't know what that fucking entails, right?
Just
like,
circle C. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like mitochondria, the fuck. Like, you know, like 100%. So it's nice having that like home base with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Where do you see your TikTok like career going in the future? Like, do you see yourself being like that like 40-year-old mama, like, okay, like get ready with me as we go beat up my kids, like, you know? Like,
yes. Planning my whole life around it. Yeah. I have a lot of gratitude to social media because as much as like, you know, have an unhealthy relationship, I hate the game sometimes. Yeah. I'm also very grateful that it gave me the confidence to have a voice and it gave me the confidence to believe in other aspects of myself, you know? So I think I will always be some sort of creator on social media. It will definitely look different. I will not be posting the way I post right now in like even 5 years, you know? But I love the ability to connect with your community at this literally the touch of a button.
Right.
That's insane to me.
That is insane.
You know, that there's people out there who value your work and just want to be part of this community.
Yeah.
And they will intake not whatever you're saying, but you know, they'll be part of this discourse.
Right.
And so I think I'll always have a relationship with social media, but I don't see it being my end all be all, no.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to be a YouTuber for life that I thought I was going to be when I was like 12.
Yeah.
I see it as sort of a vehicle that drives me from this point where I'm at right now, pursuing a creative career in my bedroom to pursuing one somewhere not my bedroom,
Right.
you know,
100%.
doing other dreams that I have, such as acting and writing, and just being able to produce something bigger than myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because as much as I'm grateful to be making these like little videos with myself, with my friends, it really is to produce something that's bigger that can impact even more.
Of course.
Yeah.
100%. I love that.
Thank
Like
you,
genuinely. It's
dude.
such a great like stepping stone. And like it's just such a great means to like find other people that love the same thing you do, and then let's take this to the next level, dude.
Yeah.
Like let's make like 1 million like millions, and like let's like have the impact that we've always dreamed of.
Yeah.
Let's create at a scale that's unimaginable, and let's make the impact
Exactly.
we've always wanted to.
Is that how you see yours too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really agree with that. And I feel like just with creating, it's the love for creation in all aspects. It's acting, it's writing, it's producing, even directing. I would love to try, you know,
Yeah.
like I just love storytelling. And I feel like no matter what capacity that may be in, I hope that it can take a part of my future, like in some way. Yeah.
No, I think it's such a gift that we've been given at a young age to see what our work can do.
Yeah.
And we do silly little shit.
Yeah.
You know, we've done really silly things every so often, and to see the impact that it has on just random people on the internet.
know.
You know, I like just comments of people enjoying it, people laughing with you, people being able to. I mean, we have shitty fucking days, and being able to take a step back and be like, "Oh my god, this was hilarious."
Yes.
I want to put that feeling on someone else. You know,
Million
make someone feel
percent.
connected, make someone feel heard with a piece of art, and that's definitely. I think we're both like very aligned in that. Is that
Yes.
that's the gift we want to give back to other people, and so much gratitude for that.
That's so fucking, you put it so well.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.